lost. I told you once again, sometime in my program, that if a Mamprusi man kill a Kusasi man, the Mamprusis have only succeeded in reducing the number of the Kusasi, but not solving the problem. If a Kusasi man killed a Mamprusi man, the Kusasis have only been able to reduce the number of Kusasis, the number of Mamprusis, but not solving the problem. The problem, the solution to the problem in Bawku is what we are doing on this program. Peace and truth. Peace and truth. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot for us to talk about tonight. So let me also appeal to you, the youth of Bawku in general, and the Mamprusis in particular. I want to appeal to you to remain calm, remain peaceful, remain hopeful, and put your trust in the leaders, and not allow division to come between us. We must stay united. Mampurugu, we must stay united. People don't want me to tell you that we must stay united, because if we are divided, they are getting stronger and they are winning. If we are united, they cannot stand us. They don't want the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, my appeal to you to stay united. Stop the blame game. Don't blame anybody for doing something wrong. We are all in it together. We should all take the blame. We should all take the glory. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my appeal to you, the Mamprusis, Mampurugu in general. People know the strength of unity. If you are united, it brings shivers into their bones. So when I keep on telling us that let's keep united, let's speak with one voice, people don't like it. They don't feel comfortable about it. But I will keep on telling you. I will keep on telling you. My advice to you, the youth, especially the Mamprusis again, do not channel your frustrations on politicians and political parties. No politician or political party can liberate you. The only person who can liberate you is you yourself. And the only way you can liberate yourself is to seek for the truth. And seek it in a peaceful way. If you are frustrated, anything that is happening, if you don't like it, if you are frustrated, yes, it is good to be frustrated. It is good to vent out your frustration, but don't vent it on politicians or political parties. Use it to energize yourself and do something that will contribute to the onward march that we are on it now. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to stay organized. We need to stay united. That is our strength. We need to speak with one voice. Let me also say that the reason why today's topic is 21 gun salute is because Mampurugu, we have achieved something. We have achieved something, a great feast. And the 21 gun salute is for all of us who have played any role that made it possible for us to finally put our grandfather, our father, our former chief, Na Adam Zambeo, to rest. Trust me, Na Adam Zambeo is now resting peacefully. His spirit and the spirit before him, those who have left, the 13 chiefs who have left before him, they are now united. The 13 chiefs were waiting for Na Adam Tampuri's spirit to join them, so that unity will come in the spirit, in the spiritual world, unity will come. Now that Adam Tampuri's spirit, the funeral has been performed, he is no more with us in Bawku. He is now with his ancestors. Na Ali Atabia, he's now with Mamboda, he's now with Na Bugri, he's now with Na Mama, he's now with Na Yakuba, he's now with Nasa, all of them. Na Bako, All of them are united in spirit. It is now left when to you and I, those of us living, we should also be united. And when I tell you that we are winning, we are winning. So long as the funeral of Na Adam Dambo has been performed, I have nothing to worry about anymore in this world. I have nothing to worry about anymore in this world. And I want you, Mamprugu, I want you to know that we are winning. When the spirit are together, when the spirit are united, we are also united. The problem we were facing in Bawku, the Mamprusis, the problem we're facing in Bawku is because we were not able to get the spirits together. Our ancestors were frustrated and annoyed and angered at us. We have performed the funeral over 40 years. We have finally done it. Anything that will follow, whether it will take 100 years or 200 years or 300 years or 500 years, we shall succeed. Don't be in a hurry. Don't rush. Let's take our time and do things, ladies and gentlemen. That is my piece of advice. Now, the performance, let me say it without any fear of doubt. The performance of the funeral of Nazambo is not against any law of Ghana. I can challenge any lawyer that he or she should tell us where the Mampusis have gone wrong legally in the performance of the funeral of their late chiefs. There is no law in Ghana that is making it illegal. So don't be afraid. We have not done anything wrong. The arrest and detention of the elders, our elders, is political and not lawful. It is not lawful, it is political. Let's understand that. Let me repeat, the arrest and detention of our elders is political. It is not lawful. I challenge the government, I challenge any lawyer in Ghana to prove to us that the performance of the funeral of Na Adam Zambeo is illegal, and therefore that is why the elders have been arrested. Ladies and gentlemen, now I want you to understand something. Mamprugu, I want you to understand something. The youth, I want you to understand something. The arrest and detention of our elders, the intimidation, the letters that have been flying up and down and all that, the pronouncement by all sort of persons is aimed at weakening us, is aimed at silencing us. But I'm going to tell you something. We shall never be silent. Nobody can silence us. And nobody can weaken our strength. It is only we who can weaken our own strength. And we can weaken our strength if we allow people to infiltrate and divide us. If we allow people to see Mr. A and Mr. B as different people. If we allow people to gossip and knock our heads together, that is how we can weaken our strength. Other than that, nobody at this time can weaken our strength or silence us. We were able to perform the funeral of Na Adam Zambeo because we stayed united. And that is what we need to continue to do. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we need to continue to do. So even if they want, they should jail our elders for 100 years. We shall continue with the struggle. Let me repeat. If they want, they should jail our elders for 100 years. We shall continue with this struggle till we achieve what we have to achieve. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited. I am excited of all what is happening. You know, if you don't have faith in God, if you don't believe in God, if you don't understand how God works things, certain things happen in your life that you will never understand. I want Mampurugu to know, and I want the Mampusis in Bawku to know, all that is happening, at the end of it, no matter how long it takes, we will be the last people to smile. And the saying that he who smiles last smiles the best, that is what we are going to do. Let me repeat. The spirit of Na Adam Zambeo, the 14th chief of Bawku, is now united with the spirit of Na Ali Atabia, with the spirit of Na Ali Bila, with the spirit of Na Yakubu Atabia, with the spirit of Na Muhammadu Ali, with the spirit of Na Muhammad Muhammadu, with the spirit of Na Bako Muhammad, with the spirit of Na Mamboda, with the spirit of Na Muhammad Mamboda, with the spirit of Zando Mamboda, with the spirit of Bugri Mamboda, with the spirit of Yakubu Mamboda, with the spirit of Wuni Bugri, with the spirit of Yirmiya Muhammad. So these 14 spirits have all come together the very day we were able to perform the funeral. And that is what the enemy doesn't want. Everybody knows that that is the beginning, the regaining of our strength and progress and the reconstruction of Bawku. So long as we are not doing anything illegal, so long as I am not doing anything illegal, I have nothing to fear. I have nobody to fear. Ladies and gentlemen, let's stay on the side of peace and truth. Truth will finally come out. Let me say something so that we will all understand what is going on. You know, I have listened to TV3. I've listened to what the reporter presented to TV3. I have listened to what the president of Regional House of Chiefs said. I have listened to what the Minister for Chieftaincy said and read the letter purported to be coming from him on the instruction of the president. But let me tell you this, Mampurugu, do not get panic. These are some of the signs that I keep on telling you that we are winning. These are some of the signs that I kept telling you that we are winning. If you don't understand God's ways, you will not understand. I warned you about politics 10 years ago. I warned you about partisan politics 10 years ago. But you never understood it. Now it is getting clearer and clearer. And it is good for us. Now, interestingly, the TV3 reporter said the historical facts, the underlying problem of Bawku is based on historical facts starting from the 1930s and national policy and local politics and the use of history to justify claims. You see, when I said we must fight propaganda, this is what I'm talking about. When I said we must pursue truth, this is what I'm talking about. We all know the history of Bawku. The history of Bawku did not start in 1930, but I'll tell you why they are referring to 1930. The history of Bawku properly started in 1721. Let me repeat, the history of Bawku properly started in 1721. The question is, why is the history of Bawku being referred to as to start in the 1930s? Let me tell you why today. 1930s, it is in the 1930s that J.K. Ginsine discovered the Kusasis. It is in the 1930s that J.K. Ginsine, the white man who wrote the history of the Kusasis, it is in that year that he discovered the Kusasis and wrote about their inaccurate history. And it is that history that the Kusasis are using to lay claim as Bawku being their land. But Bawku is from Mamprugu, ladies and gentlemen. Bawku is for the Nayiri. You see, when I started this program and I started discussing or inviting people to discuss with me, inviting Kusasis to discuss with me the history of the Kusasis, as written by J.K. Ginsine, I foresaw all this coming. I knew that the solution of the problem in Bawku was created by J.K. Ginsine in that book, and I have no doubt that the solution of the problem in Bawku is in that book. Trust me or not. And that is what I was trying to reveal to all of you. Where the problem is, that is where the solution is. How do we get the solution from the problem? We have to decode that book. When you decode J.K. Ginsine's book, The Kusasis, A Short History, you will get the solution to the problems we are facing in Bawku today. But who is prepared to face me with the truth? Who is prepared to face me with the truth, basing it on J.K. Ginsine's book? Who is prepared? Raise up your hand. Raise up your hand. And let's go on a debate on J.K. Ginsine's book to solve the problem in Bawku. So you see, that is why the propaganda is that the historical facts start in 1930. Bawku wasn't born yesterday. Some of us, our fathers were even born before 1930s. You see, and they went on to talk about 1958 appeal case without talking about other cases after 1958. 1958 was before independence. After independence, cases also occurred. But that is propaganda. That is what propaganda can do. That is what propaganda can do. But when I listened to TV3, I did not also look for the propaganda they were doing. I also was looking for the solutions in their reportage. And there is a solution in their reportage. I will tell you the solution. But before I tell you the solution, it's good for me to tell you that I heard the president of the Upper East Regional House of Chiefs say that the chieftaincy dispute in Bawku has been settled by the Supreme Court. And it is his understanding that Since Zogran has been chief for over 30 years, then there is no point again. I respect the Regional House of Chiefs. I respect the president. I respect all members of the Regional House of Chiefs, but I disagree with the president of the Regional House of Chiefs. The president of the Regional House of Chiefs is not a lawyer and cannot make interpretations of Supreme Court ruling. In any case, that is the individual understanding of the president of the Regional House of Chiefs. The Regional House of Chiefs, as an institution, as a body, hasn't issued any claim, any statement, hasn't made any interpretation of the 2003 Supreme Court ruling. So what is the point that the president of the House found it necessary to say this at Samanpet? It is part of the propaganda. It is also part of the signs that I am telling you that we are winning. So they want to hurry up to complicate issues. There is no case before the Regional House of Chiefs now from the Mamprosis or from any other person about Bawku. So why do you have to talk about it? Why do you have to use a Supreme Court ruling to say that the matter has been settled? When you are this very person who is saying that the issue in Bawku is not about chieftaincy conflict. But as I said, I respect the president of the Regional House of Chiefs, but I disagree with him. If he wants, I'm ready to have a discussion with him also on his pronouncement, as well as the Minister of Chieftaincy Affairs. I don't want to talk about the letter he wrote, but at the Samanpet, he said he was going to issue a statement, and he has issued a statement, and we have read and understood the statement. I want to appeal to all of you, Mampru. Don't worry about the statement issued by the chieftaincy minister. The chieftaincy minister is not a lawyer to interpret the Supreme Court ruling. The chieftaincy ministry has not issued any interpretation of the Supreme Court ruling, and the chieftaincy ministry cannot do that. If anybody at all can do that, it is the Attorney General. The case is not before the chieftaincy ministry. The case is not before the National House of Chiefs. So why are all these people interested suddenly into issuing statements about Supreme Court ruling? And have you noticed that they talk about it, but they don't give their interpretation of it? But they are telling you and I not to give our interpretation of it. If the Regional House of Chiefs disagree with my interpretation, if the chieftaincy minister disagree with my interpretation, and then those of you who also have your individual interpretation, like Bombande and all those kind of people, as far as I am concerned as a Mampusi, if the Regional House of Chiefs disagree with my interpretation, and the chieftaincy regional minister also disagreed, the chieftaincy minister can provide us its interpretation clearly on paper and see whether I will challenge that interpretation in the law court or not. So that is the first step. The Regional House of Chiefs should issue an official interpretation of the Supreme Court ruling. The Chieftaincy Ministry should issue an official interpretation of the Supreme Court ruling. Then we can begin the legal battle. We don't want any violence. But you know what? Let me tell you the solution I saw in the TV3 report. When you carefully listen to the report, it said that some experts say the various House of Chiefs should be depoliticized and empowered to handle chieftaincy matters. Let me repeat. In the TV3 news report, it said that some experts held the position or hold the position that the various houses of chiefs, that is, the traditional council, the regional house of chiefs, and the national house of chiefs should be depoliticized and empowered to handle chieftaincy matters. And that is the solution to the Bawku crisis. Whether it is chieftaincy or not chieftaincy, that is the solution. So let's take politics out of it. Government must not be engaging itself in politics. The president has said that he is not a royal of Bawku and has no interest in chieftaincy issues in Bawku. We understand that and we accept that. Yes, he is not a royal. He is not a Kusasi, neither is he a Mampusi. So the president is not a royal. So the president cannot have interest as far as chieftaincy is concerned. The president's only interest is politics. We understand that. So therefore, the chieftaincy minister, who is also a politician, who is not a Kusasi, and who is not a Mampusi, must not have interest in the chieftaincy issues and must not be making pronouncements that are misleading. If the Mampusi says this is the interpretation of the Supreme Court ruling 2003, and you, the chieftaincy minister, or the government as it might be, you disagree with the Mampusis, issue an official interpretation. Let the government issue an official interpretation of the 2003 Supreme Court ruling and see whether that interpretation can and or will be challenged at the Supreme Court. So let's stop doing propaganda just to get political sympathy. Let's to get political votes. Let's stop doing propaganda. And I keep telling you, my brothers and sisters, we have got difficult days ahead. We have got difficult days ahead. Prepare for it. Let's stay united. Let's work with leadership. How many people, even among us Mampusis, how many of us would have believed that there would come a time that we would perform the funeral of Na Adam Zambeu? How many of you would have believed that? Now that is part of history. We have put that behind us. because we have performed it. Whether the government like it or not, we have performed it. Whether the Kusasis like it or not, we have performed it. Whether the Moshis like it or not, we have performed it. Whether the Hausat like it or not, we have performed it. Whether the Gombes like it or not, we have performed it. Whether the Bises like it or not, we have performed it. Whoever are you, respectfully, we don't have anything against you, but we have successfully performed the funeral of our former chief lawfully. There is no law in Ghana, in the constitution, or any other or anywhere that is against anyone performing the funeral of his loved person, whether he or she was a chief, a queen, or not. So let's get that straight. That is why I said the arrest and detention of our elders is political. It's political. But don't blame the politicians and political parties. Let them do whatever they want to do. Let's organize ourselves. There is the time that we would blame politicians, but this is not the time. There is the time that we would blame political parties, but this is not the time. Let's stay focused. If you are doing anything illegal, my dear brother, my sisters, you have a reason to fear anybody and to fear the law. If you are not doing anything illegal, my dear brother, my dear sister, you don't have anything to fear about the law and anybody to fear. I don't do illegal things. I don't say things that are not factual. I don't say things that evidence are not there. I don't have anything to fear. I don't have to fear anybody. I don't have to fear that somebody will put me in handcuffs. I don't have to fear that somebody will put me in jail. I don't have to fear that. What I need to understand is that